Hi, welcome back to Shannon's Plants Planting Time. Today we are going to be talking about how to make self-watering moss poles, because if you're like me, I cannot stand to water a moss pole, and this one is completely self-watering and you don't have to spritz it or anything, and it helps with root adherence to the pole. Because if you're like me, those ones that you buy at the store that are wound so tightly, the aerial roots have a hard time getting in, and if it's not wet, it's just set up for not really a good situation. So I'm going to put down here and give you a good view of what all we have to use. And first of all, we have this PVC pipe, which is a 1/2 inch in diameter, and it has a cap on the end, and that is very important so that when you have it in the soil like this, the water will not come pouring out the end. So, and then we have gutter guard, which I guess is something you use to block debris from getting in your gutter, but it works too for making moss poles very easily. And then what you want is a rope to act as a wick, because we're gonna push it down in this pole all the way to the end and wrap it around the PVC pipe so that it acts as a wick and takes the water out of the center of the pole and is self-watering. So, and then of course we have our moss that is dampened and zip ties. So I'll link everything you need in the description below. So you're going to first start off by pushing the rope down to the bottom of the PVC pipe and get it down there as far as it'll go, because you don't want it to stop right there, or you will have to keep the water level up to there for it to work. So just trying to make sure it's going all the way down, and I think it has. And then what I'm going to do is start wrapping it around the PVC pipe. It doesn't have to look pretty because it's going to be covered with moss and gutter guard. So, and of course you're going to leave a little bit at the end that goes in the dirt or the soil. You just wrap it around like this so that it keeps that moss wet, and should have cut my rope so that I wouldn't have to be playing with it. But anyway, that is good enough, and I'm going to cut that, push that out of the way. Then I'm going to lay my gutter guard out straight, and that's about perfect. And then I will start by adding some moss to the underside of the pole, and because you don't want it showing through, you want it to look tacky, you want it to look as best you can, and you'll get better and better with them as the more you make. You can also buy them in poles that are not so tall. If you have a smaller plant you want to put one in, you don't have to get it so tall. This is going in my monstera, so I wanted it to be tall. And put one today earlier in my golden pothos, and at the end you want that hole to be open so that you can pour water down it, and then you just come back and wrap more moss around this side of the pole. This is not the best moss that I use when I'm like doing orchids or whatever. This is kind of like propagation or moss, pole making moss, because I really prefer that higher premium grade moss, but I had to go to Home Depot, and this is the only kind they have, so I had to do what I had to do. And there we have that part done. And the next thing is to bring your gutter guard closed. And I always manage to put these on the wrong way. Like, yep, I did it. I always manage to get it to where it doesn't do the little slidey thing. You could use black, make it blend in a little bit better, black zip ties, but I forgot to get them at Lowe's, and when I stopped at a store, this is all they had. So this is what I am dealing with. They're clear, so I don't really think it matters. And you just go up and down the moss pole, sealing it shut. And then don't worry, we'll clip the edges of these. My camera has been dying all day. I think I need to plug it up for a while. So let's just see if we can get through this. Get this done. And I don't know if it's because I got a new microphone or what. It's draining the battery. I don't know. I don't even know if that makes any sense. But yeah, seems to be draining the battery a lot. Almost done. Maybe 2 more. Like I said, you want to leave room at the top. Oh, that one didn't zip. Oh, let's see. One slid right out the gutter guard. Okay. Now I'm going to snip these. And there you have it. A moss ball. A self-watering moss ball. And I'm just going to stick this in my Monstera Deliciosa. I'll show it to you in a minute. And pour some water down it. There we go. Monstera Deliciosa pole. Looks pretty good if I must say so myself. So that'll stay wet. You'll just fill it up when you need to. And yeah. Now I'm going to clean up my mess. And thank you for tuning in with me today. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on whether or not you found this video helpful. And I'm going to go charge my camera for a good long time. And anyway, I hope to see you in the next houseplant video. Bye.